Supposed neutral ground for these two old rivals. Not a lot of distance separates the two, and when they come here for this clash, it can define a season, no matter what's happened before, what might happen after. Glad to have you with us from TIAA Bank Field, home of the Jaguars in the heart of Duval and Jacksonville, Florida. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Florida's offense will have first crack at this one. Last time these two met, the big dogs ate as Georgia rolled easily.
And taking care of business in a rivalry game like they did, it means a lot. The bragging rights are even better. I can talk about stomping you out. Speaking of stomp, 2007, Mark Brick getting the team to run on the field, celebrate. Those are the moments that you think about in this series that mean so much.
Yeah, we talked to the Gator coaching staff. They said it felt like Herschel Walker was back toting the rock for the Bulldogs. I mean, they had no answer for Georgia's running game a season ago. And defensively, the Gators know they've got to be a lot more physical in this one.
Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock it down for a big loss. The Gators send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So Georgia's offense will get the ball for the first time. The give to the back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. It's hard to say just let that thing hit the ground. Your instincts take over, but he would have been better off to let it fall.
No, you're right. And your inclination is to go catch it when the ball's in the air. But nice job. You're not going to get to the quarterback. You're not going to sack him. What do? Get your hands in the air, try to disrupt the throwing lane, and get a tip.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Quick strike complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. On the ground, it's Pringle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration. So my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
He's got it on the move. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Motion from the wideout. With the run on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Dogs!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Abrams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Out of the gun to give to the back. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive. On the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Gators will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He takes it at the 45. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Dropping back, it's Bowling. Grabbed in the middle, it's Wiley.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's the handoff. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Quarterback keeps it. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, you don't need to be an absolute blazer to have success running the football as a QB. You just need to know where to pick your spots, finding holes, reading blocks, falling forward. This quarterback does all of it.
The Dogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. And into the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
I think that pass play was simply designed just to get him the football in space and let him do the rest. Obviously, they're not throwing that into the end zone, but they feel like they've got guys, especially at the running back position, that if you just give them an opportunity, opportunity, they can make people miss and score like he did right there.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Penn State delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense might have been the story here. LeVar Arrington, Shane Conlon, Jack Ham. There's another stud there at linebacker U. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Gators want to pick up the tempo. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the catch. It's Rigby. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll leave it with the lone back. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's really worrisome if I'm the head coach, watching my run game suffer the way it has early in this game. And that's why you're down by a lot of points right now. The only way you're going to change the scoreboard is if you're able to find a way to start running it. So if you can't do it with your running backs, you got to think about QB runs, jet sweeps. You got to find ways to have balance and be able to get it done on the ground.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. And it's right down the boulevard. Now the lead is down to 11.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Back to throw, it's Boldy. Gets it out quickly. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Dogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give out of the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or 2 miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Going right to work up top. Fights off a defender. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. The Gators now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a to cut into this lead. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Turning it on. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Marking at the 17, and they are set up. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Abrams. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
On the ground, it's Daniels. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Grabbed behind the line. It's Jackson. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Quick strike through the air from the score.
Well, that was a huge touchdown for the offense there, just to try to get some mojo going here at halftime. It had been tough sledding here in the first half. Only a field goal before they finally got into the end zone. So obviously still a lot of work to do. You're still trailing on the scoreboard. That's going to do a lot for their confidence, I think, before heading into the second half.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And
picked off. That's number 15 on the year. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Great place to start for this offense. Defense dropping into soft coverage. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to fire on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Montgomery. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Just drives it between the uprights. It's now a one-point game, 14-13.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. To the air, it's Bowling. Looking deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Gators and Bulldogs.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They keep it on the ground to open the third. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
And the Bulldogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on 3rd. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. It's White. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome.
Oh, he's got some space. The 30. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Calls his own number. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. To the air on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Montgomery. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
When offenses get 1st downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
The Gators will hustle to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to fire. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Quickly out to the tight end. Running through contact. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. The corners are walked up tight. Now from inside the red zone. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Gator! A great catch and run for 6. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Using the quick game. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking to throw, it's Bowling. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Bring him the heat. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
Tight end getting vertical. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this offense is given a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity, because 1st and 2nd down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable 4th down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the grab on the left. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. They'll move the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Hand off from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air, it's Bolden. Got his man on the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Working that left side now. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who you trust the most.
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Dogs! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Abrams. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll keep it himself. A solid run there to create a little space. He's marked down at the 15. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete. A 4th down's cut. They bring the punter onto the field now. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time and took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
The give to the tailback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Back to throw, it's Bolden. It's complete to the left. He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. Georgia lining up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Catches it at the 15. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. Now the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
I tell you what, man, you better be looking at your puppy dog feet and seeing where they are, Palmer. You don't want to get back in that end zone and bad things happen when you get sacked.
I don't know if you want to even risk this quarterback having to hold on to the football very much longer after watching that last play. This defense right now is pinning their ears back on this area of the field, and they are getting after him quick.
He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. Here's a heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Snatches it on the right. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
They'll run play action. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And those are the plays that you worry about as a defensive coordinator, man. Not getting beat over the top, but not just by any guy, but by a guy that can fly. And they've been worried about it all game long. Their game plan has been steered toward that, and right here they execute at a really good level. Make sure they don't let them get behind them, and they knock the football to the ground.
Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. 4th down, gotta have it here. He wants a big play here late. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Boley. Looking left. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. New set of downs after the completion. A quick pass on the jet motion. Runs it all the way down to the 8-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to
He's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a two-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Finds his tight end. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up.
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. Blasted as he lets it go.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that time, help force the incompletion.
And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion.
Going for it all. And that one is picked off in the end zone. Takes it the other way. And he steps out of bounds after getting the pick, and this one is in the books. Another chapter of this rivalry in the books, and this one goes to...